Communicate, communicate, communicate. If you don't do anything else necessarily right, communicate with your customer. Hey guys, real quick. So I realized I forgot to mention something. I am still doing my live stream this Saturday, February 6th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. This live stream is a personal and professional development Q&A. I hope you guys will check it out. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys. Take care. All right, guys, welcome back to Veterans View News Network. I just kind of wanted to jump right in and cover a video on Instacart. So I know one of my videos I did a couple weeks back, I talked about side gigs and side hustles. And this past December, we took our kiddos to Disney World. That trip cost us about $6,500. So my plan, as I mentioned in the video, is I'm going to be doing some of these deliveries, Instacart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, which I did last year as well during the summertime, to make up some of that money that we spent. So I'm going to be bringing you guys along with me. Before we do that, I just kind of wanted to cover, for anybody who's curious, the process for Instacart. Say you signed up for an account already, you're not really sure what to do, kind of how to navigate things on Instacart. I just kind of wanted to break down, on a daily, kind of what you should follow if you're doing Instacart. So let's go. To start, the night before, ensure you get a good night's sleep. I know that sounds cliche, but you get a good night's sleep, you're going to feel more rested, you're going to have more mental clarity as you're navigating the stores that you're shopping at. You are not going to be missing items. You are going to be engaged, and that is going to save you time, which means you're going to get your deliveries done faster, which means you're going to make more money. Also, the morning of, dress for success. I know a lot of people who do deliveries, they wear sweatpants, oversized hoodies, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but you got to know your audience. So where I live, there's a lot of very affluent communities who utilize these delivery services. So I know if I am going to be potentially delivering in those areas, I want to look somewhat professional, presentable. Now, obviously not a suit and tie, but jeans, polo shirt, comfortable shoes, make yourself look nice. Because if there are those instances where you have those customer interactions, they are going to be much more likely to tip you potentially a little bit more just based on how you present yourself. Because typically the people who live in these affluent areas are people who pride themselves on their presentation. They're typically people who have very good jobs, and they themselves probably go to work looking very professional on a daily basis. So they appreciate that, and that'll resonate with them. Morning prep. If you're a coffee person, energy drink person, whatever the case may be, do your morning prep before you leave. If it's coffee, get your coffee in. If you eat breakfast, eat breakfast. If you get that stuff done ahead of time and you're prepped for it, say you bring another drink with you, you bring maybe a couple snacks with you, that's going to save you time, and that's going to prevent you from having to stop at a gas station or stop somewhere and get food, which is ultimately going to cost you more money, which means you're not making as much for the day. Begin orders when you can. So if you're trying to maximize your time, in my particular area, they pretty much open at 7 a.m. Be ready as soon as those orders come through. And I'm going to tell you why. So if you start doing orders, some of your local grocery stores and whatnot, you'll get a good start to your morning. And then when your bigger stores, Sam's Club, Costco, especially, they open up, around 9, between 9 and 10, you're going to already have a good start to your day when you start getting those orders. I know for me, I hate when I go to start and I'm going through selecting orders and all I have are Costco. I hate starting with a Costco order. I like to ease my way into it every morning, and that's a great way to do it. So, as I'm sure you guys probably already know, unlike DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, some of these other delivery services, with Instacart, you pick the orders you want. They don't get sent to you. You have the ability to go through and pick them yourselves. Now, sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing because if you have a selection of stores to choose from, you may not want to do particular stores, and that may be all Instacart is sending you. Whereas if you're doing DoorDash or Uber Eats or Postmates, they send you an order. Even if you don't necessarily want to do it, you see the amount, and if you've potentially been sitting a while, you're going to be more likely to take that order. So just something to think about, And also, before you leave the house, so this is all before you leave the house, ensure you have either your Instacart card with you. It's like their little debit card that you will need to use at certain stores, especially Costco, or have that instant card saved on like your Apple Wallet or your Android or Google Pay, just so you don't have to worry about that or potentially worry about forgetting it. This is just for me specifically. Pick stores that have an easy to navigate layout. Now for me, I absolutely love Safeway orders. Safeway orders are the best because Safeway within the Instacart app, with the exception of a few items, they tell you exactly where everything is. They tell you what aisle, and there's very little searching you actually have to do. Now, there are those weird items, if you're looking for minced garlic, it's not going to be with the seasoning. It's going to be, with the produce under, tomatoes or potatoes, whatever the case may be. But they tell you where everything is, which is a blessing. I know Instacart has been adding more stores. So you can do like Best Buy now, and there are some other stores where you're not necessarily shopping for food, which is definitely nice because some people don't like shopping. But if you are going to be doing the grocery shopping, make sure the stores you pick have a good layout. Or if they don't have a good layout, take time, maybe on a particular day, go navigate the store. Go walk through the store and learn where they have things set up, because this is going to save you time when you're doing deliveries. And when you're doing deliveries, your brain is frazzled, especially if you can't find that one specific item that you're looking for. So learn the stores. Shop quickly and efficiently. This is something for me, anytime I go to any kind of store, I hate walking around the store just looking. If you're in the store, get your items that you need as quickly as you can and get out. That's my mentality. Communicate. If you don't do anything else necessarily right, communicate with your customer. As soon as you get that order, send them a little message within the app. Hey, good morning. I'm Patrick. I'm going to be your Instacart shopper today. How's your morning going? Or how's your afternoon going? So simple. So simple. But it goes a long way because it builds that engagement between you and the customer, and it's going to make it a more pleasant experience with them. And somebody who's had a pleasant experience is much more likely to tip you more, which means more money in your pocket. And all you're doing is doing it through a message. So definitely something to think about. Once you're done doing your shopping, this is what I do. Reach out to your customer. Hey, I just got your last item. I'm about to go check out. Is there anything else in the store you need? Now, the nice thing is if your customer, if you have been communicating back and forth with them, and they respond to you, yeah, actually, I forgot to add this. Oh, can you actually grab me that? That kind of stuff, great. Absolutely great. And it's something you should take advantage of. And once again, this leads to you potentially getting paid a little bit more money, because they're really gonna feel like you truly care about that experience and you made that experience for them very great. Another thing I've had happen a couple times is if I ask them like, hey, you need anything else? There are sometimes they'll be like, well, I actually, could you grab me this from 7-Eleven? Could you grab me that from, AM, PM? If it's on my way, and they're like, hey, can you grab me this? I'll pay you an extra 10, 15 bucks. If it's on my way, I'm going to do it. Once again, free money that you made for yourself through that engagement with the customer. When you are checking out, if you are the one bagging the groceries, depending on what kind of store you're at, bag the groceries accordingly. Put the cold stuff with the cold stuff, the frozen stuff with the frozen stuff. Put the fruits and vegetables with the fruits and vegetables. Don't put canned items on top of vegetables. Don't put frozen items on top of canned items. Be smart. Bag your groceries the way you would want them to be bagged. Very simple. It makes it easier for the customers, because if they have 10 bags, they don't have to dig through all 10 bags if they're looking for that last cold item. Or they don't have to dig through all 10 bags if they're looking for that last frozen item. Make the experience as easy as possible for them. And since customers have the ability to increase their tips up to 24 hours after delivery, they're going to notice these things. They're going to be like, wow, I felt like I was taken care of today. And when somebody feels like somebody went out of their way to help them, they are more likely to go out of their way to help you. Then also, inform the customer when you're leaving the store. Just once again, quick message. Hey, insert name of customer. I just checked out, putting groceries in the car. I'll be to your home in 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever the amount of time is. What this does is it allows the customer, if they do want that face-to-face interaction, it allows the customer to know you're coming. It allows them to potentially get ready if they do want to be at the door, or let's say they have an alcohol purchase and you need to verify their ID. But then also it gives them the ability to prep. So if they know they want to give you a cash tip, they can start preparing that cash before you get there. Things like this, very simple things to think about. Then also the last one, follow the customer's directions. So after you're checking out, when you're headed to their home, there's a little spot for notes that I'm sure you guys have seen. And in that notes section, there'll be things customer can put in. Please don't knock or ring doorbell. Baby is sleeping. Please don't knock or ring. Dogs will bark. Please leave groceries on insert color of bench. Please leave groceries. Follow those directions. The customer put those directions there for a reason. And if you do something as simple as just follow their directions, that also increases the likelihood that they are going to potentially tip you more. Okay? Because I'm sure, unfortunately, there are people who have probably delivered to them in the past, unless they are a first-time Instacart user, where people have not followed those directions and the customer gets frustrated. And when somebody actually does follow those directions, they appreciate it. I know, it's so simple, but it truly does matter. So with that, guys, as always, thank you for checking out this video. If you like this content, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. And then also turn on notifications so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Once again, I'm going to be doing this for all the apps. So I'm going to be doing it for Instacart. I'm going to be doing it for DoorDash. Going to be doing it for Uber Eats. And just kind of walking through the process. And then I'm going to make some videos along the way, like Instacart with me for the day. DoorDash or Dash with me for the day. Just so you guys can kind of see the process, get the flow, and then also see how much money we can make so I can pay back some of this Disney World trip that we went on. Once again, guys, as always, thank you for checking out this video, and I'll talk to you guys later.